Welcome to another episode of 123 Credit Tea, where we gossip about everything credit. My name is Frances, credit expert and senior credit consultant with 123creditconsultants.com. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about the difference between bankruptcy, credit repair, and debt consolidation. So a lot of times you guys always ask questions to us about, should I file for bankruptcy, or should I do debt consolidation, or should I just fix my credit? So we're going to talk about the differences between each one and how to pick which one will work best for you. Now, keep in mind that we want you to join our live studio audience. Due to COVID, we're not letting people come into the studio, so we're allowing you guys to join virtually. So check the link associated with this video to RSVP to get an invite to join us on our next show. On our show, if you join, you'll be able to join in on our Ask a Credit Consultant segment, where you can come on and ask me your credit question live. So let's hop right into today's show, and the show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're talking a little bit about the difference between bankruptcy, credit repair, and debt consolidation. But before we hop into the topic, I want to share a news article with you guys from BusinessInsider.com. Business Insider highlighted some of the top celebrities that have filed for bankruptcy previously and had to file bankruptcy for whatever reason. I wanted to highlight this news article and show you guys all these different celebrities because I want you to understand that financial issues and bankruptcy, your issues with your credit, your debt, that happens to everyday people, just like you and I, but it also happens to people you look up to, like celebrities and different things like that. So I wanted to highlight and show you guys some of these different celebrities who may have went through a bankruptcy in the past, and kind of just show you that this happens to anybody. Okay, so if you filed bankruptcy in the past, this is definitely not something that you should be ashamed of. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is basically when you go to the court system and say, in layman's terms, I cannot afford to pay my debts. So all of my car, my home, whatever it is that you want to claim in the bankruptcy, you're basically just saying, I can't afford to pay it anymore. And what they do is they will look at your income versus your debt, and they'll be able to determine if you can actually be able to pay back these things. Depending on if you're able to pay it back or not, they will put you in a bankruptcy program. There's different types of bankruptcy. I'm not going to bore you with the different types, okay? But what I will tell you about is the two most popular. That is a bankruptcy 7 and a bankruptcy 13. A bankruptcy 7 is where they liquidate, it's pretty much like a liquidation bankruptcy. So that's pretty much where they, just like it sounds, they liquidate everything, they sell everything, and pretty much, let's put it like this. You have a car, you can't afford to pay the car note. You have a home, you can't afford to pay the home. If you go with a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you may or may not be able to keep those items in a liquidation bankruptcy. Versus a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, you may be able to actually still keep your home and your car and pay monthly payments toward it, but the payments will probably not be as much, and it will be a settled amount. So you'll still be able to catch up those payments, pay the item off, but it will pretty much just be at a lower amount, okay? But you'll still be able to keep those items. But in a Chapter 7, sometimes you're not able to keep those items. They're liquidated, right? Or they're sold so that the money goes towards paying off your debts. And the rest of it, they pretty much wipe off. So if you have a car and a home that you're looking at repossession or foreclosure, then I could see that looking into bankruptcy may be an option or should be an option that you look into. Okay? Because if you do a Chapter 7, they may liquidate it, they may not. Most of the time they do. And you may actually lose those items, but you will be able to, start over fresh. They'll wipe your debts, right? So you won't owe them anymore, pretty much. With a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, you can still keep your home, still keep your car. You still make monthly payments toward them, but it would be like one monthly payment made towards it that will be distributed to each company versus you paying them individually. Okay. Now, when you do file a bankruptcy, you will have that on your credit report as a public record. So it will lower your credit score. I've seen people's credit score drop 100 plus points after filing for bankruptcy. When you're in bankruptcy, you're also not able to apply for any new credit. So you're not able to go out and get another car, a home, a credit card without the approval of the bankruptcy court. And sometimes, most of the time, their answer is going to be no, right? Because you're already in debt. You're trying to get approval to get more debt. That answer is going to be probably no, right? So if you are thinking about filing bankruptcy, I would highly recommend going through that process. If you have things that you're about to lose, your home, your car, some kind of business buildings, equipment, stuff like that. If you have like a $500,000 medical bill, that probably isn't the best option because the filing fees that it costs to file for bankruptcy could be $1,000 plus. And if you have debts that just don't add up for that, then it may be kind of a waste of time. The other outcome that I want you to realize from bankruptcy is that you're not going to be able to apply for anything while you're in bankruptcy, and you're not going to be able to apply for anything for a few years after the bankruptcy has ended, okay? So if you're wanting to buy a house within the next 12 months, within the next 24 months, filing bankruptcy will prevent you from being able to do that, all right? Now let's move right along to debt consolidation. Debt consolidation is just like it sounds. They take all of your debt that you want to include and consolidate it all together. So let's say you have 5 credit cards you want to pay off. They usually take all 5 of those credit cards. Let's say they're $1,000 each. They take all of them, consolidate them together. And that is where they will put them all together and you would pay a negotiated or lesser amount. Debt consolidation can be a little tricky depending on what company you decide to go with because of the fees and the cost. Sometimes you can be in a debt consolidation program for years and the money not go towards your debts until you've paid for over 2 or 3 years, okay? The problem with that is, again, debt consolidation ruins your credit, just like bankruptcy. Because debt consolidation, you basically stop paying your credit card bill. They end up closing your credit card account, and they don't actually start sending the money on that credit card bill until you've paid 2 or 3 years into your debt consolidation program, okay? So again, that's ruining your credit because you're going to have late pays, you're going to have collection accounts, you're going to have charge-off accounts. So that's going to ruin your credit. A lot of people look into debt consolidation for credit cards, if they have a lot of credit card debt that they just cannot pay down. Debt consolidation companies are able to sometimes negotiate a cheaper amount that you have to pay for those charged off or closed credit cards. So again, if your goal is to purchase something like a house within the next 12 to 24 months, debt consolidation probably is not your best option because it's going to ruin your credit, because it's closing out a lot of the accounts and you're going to still owe money on your closed out accounts, okay? The last thing that we're going to talk about is credit repair, credit counseling, credit, all that stuff, okay? It all falls in the same category. The goal is to improve your credit. So if you're with the right credit program, I cannot speak for other programs. I can only speak for the one at 123credit.com, okay? But in that type of program, we kind of combine the option of debt consolidation with our program. So we are helping you challenge negative items that are listed on your credit report. A lot of our clients end up not having to pay off some of those negative accounts to get them removed because the creditor is not able to provide proof that you actually owe the debt. So a lot of people think that with credit repair that you're just sending off dispute letters, but that's not the case. Most of the time, you're validating the debts to make sure that you actually owe the debt, that the debt is still a valid debt, and different things like that. So there's a lot that goes into repairing and improving your credit score more than just sending out dispute letters. Now, there are a lot of companies that only send out dispute letters, and that is not beneficial at all. You know, a lot of people say credit repair is a scam, and I kind of have to agree. Credit repair alone, just sending out dispute letters, is kind of a hopeless thing, because if it was that easy for you to just send a letter and dispute items on your credit report, then everybody would have an 800 credit score, okay? If it was that easy to just press a button on your free credit app and dispute items on your credit, everybody would have excellent credit. Obviously, that's not the only thing that happens. The reason why our credit program is a lot different and why our clients always see great results is, number one, we don't accept everybody into our program. We actually have a consultation with you to discuss your credit goals, review your credit with you, understand your situation to see if our program is a good fit for you or not before we actually charge you and take your money, because we do actually want to help you. The goal is to see you reach your financial and your credit goals, okay? So if that's the whole point of you enrolling in the program, we want to make sure that's something that we can actually help you do. That's number one. Number two, what sets us apart from other companies is that we don't actually just send dispute letters on your credit report. We're not just disputing stuff. We're validating the debts. We're making sure that the debt collector is a real company. It's not a scam. Believe it or not, there are a lot of debt collection scams out there. Just because they're reporting on your credit report doesn't mean that they actually owe the debt, that you owe the debt, that they own the debt. It's so many things that can happen or go wrong. A lot of people say, well, I can just pay the debts off instead of repairing my credit or paying for credit repair. That is kind of true, but you can also still be scammed in the process. You can still pay the debt collector that you thought you owed, and they not even be the person that actually owns the debt, okay? Another issue that a lot of people think they can do when it comes to repairing their credit is that they can just send dispute letters off in the mail and get the same result. And that's just not true. Everybody's credit report is different. Every credit situation is different. So your strategy that you're going to use to challenge items on your credit report is going to be different. We also help you with building credit. We also help you with managing and understanding how to use your credit. And we also help you with financial tools. So all of our clients get access to financial tools that they can use to help them budget, pay down debt, save, and even qualify for a mortgage. So it's an overall program that helps you on building your credit, on understanding your credit, learning things that they didn't teach you in high school or college about credit, understanding what you can do to help your children build their credit up, and also helping you with those negative items on your credit report. So, do I think credit repair is a scam? I wouldn't use the word scam, but it's just not the only thing that you need. You need more than credit repair to improve your credit. So, if you're wanting to purchase a home, if you're wanting to purchase a car, or make any kind of purchase, get a business loan within the next 12 to 24 months, I highly recommend looking into our credit program that can help you achieve that goal. If you are not looking to make any purchases within the next 12 to 24 months and you're drowning in debt, you should look into all options, including bankruptcy and debt consolidation. Now, I don't have a specific program that I can recommend for you, but you can always check your local, Google, or just hop on Google. I mean, that's a good way to find it, read reviews. But I don't have a specific recommendation for the debt consolidation or the bankruptcy part. So hopefully that answered you guys' questions about the difference between bankruptcy, credit repair, and debt consolidation, and you understand which option is the best for you. We're going to hop into the next segment of the show, which is our Ask a Credit Consultant segment. This part of the show is where I get to answer you guys' question that you've submitted online or from our virtual studio audience members. If you want to be a part of our virtual studio audience and come onto the show and have me answer your question, all you got to do is follow us on social media and use hashtag Ask a Credit Consultant. And during the show, I will pop one, pick a random question, and I will answer one social media question and one question from our live studio audience. So let me grab my phone and find the two questions that we're going to be answering today. The first question is from Facebook, from Jalen, Jaland. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not good with names. Y'all know that. What's your pros and cons on using debt settlement companies from past experience? Okay. I think I kind of already broke down the pros and cons of debt consolidation and, what works best for you. Like I said, with debt consolidation, it just really breaks down to your goals. What is your goal? If you're looking to purchase something within the next 12 to 24 months, I don't think debt consolidation is the best way to go, because it could take that time, if not longer, to actually get those debts paid off and then have all the information reported accurately on your credit report. So that can take quite a bit of time, and debt consolidation may not be the best option if that's what you're trying to do. Now, if you've already purchased everything you feel like you want to purchase, you're not going to buy nothing within the next 12 to 24 months, then you can definitely look into debt consolidation. But understand that it is going to ruin your credit most of the time, and that it's going to take a lot of time. Debt consolidation companies, you could be on a plan from anywhere 12 to 36 months, and they do have fees that is calculated into that as well, that you'll more than likely pay up front before the money actually start going towards your debt. So read reviews, ask a lot of questions, get on Google, and go from there. Next question is from Sonia T. If a account that has been garnishing you now says paid, does that mean it's paid in full? If not, how will I know? All right, so garnishments usually happen from judgments that pretty much, if you had an unpaid credit card or any kind of unpaid debt, they will actually send you out a letter in the mail stating that they're suing you. All right. If you don't show up in court, if you don't respond, then it will be a judgment awarded for the company that you didn't pay. And they'll put the judgment on your credit report as a public record. Typically, that might lower your credit score anywhere between 60 to 80 points. I've seen it go down, sometimes more, just depending on how much stuff is on your credit. And most of the time with the garnishments, you just have to pay them. They really don't have a set amount of time that it takes for the garnishments to, happen. But if you want to know how much you've paid so far or how much you owe, it's best to just contact the company directly and ask them how much you've paid so far, how much more do you need to pay. You can also check your check stubs from your HR department. That should have a breakdown of how much was taken out of your check, how much went to that company, and you can kind of add it up that way as well. So contact them directly or check with your HR department to get a copy of your check stubs, and you'll be able to see exactly how much you paid, how much more you need to pay, and what your overall balance is. All right, guys. So keep in mind the information that I share on this show is for general information only. If you want information for your specific credit situation, make sure you head over to our website, 123creditconsultants.com. You can schedule a free credit consultation and a free credit analysis with one of our board-certified credit consultants. If we feel that you are a good candidate for our services, we'll definitely invite you to enroll at that time. All right? So each and every episode, we always have a special gift for you. So we still have our free credit score booster guide available. You can download our free credit score booster guide by heading over to our website, 123creditconsultants.com/credit guide, and you can download your free copy of our credit score booster guide. A lot of people have been able to get approved for high limit credit lines, and they've seen a boost in their credit score anywhere between 50 to 100 points. So definitely grab that guide while there are still some available. It's absolutely free. It's a digital download, so all you got to do is just go over to the website and grab one. All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning into today's show, and I will definitely catch you on the next episode. Bye.